KUAM TV 8, your broadcast home for the games of the 31st Olympiad. Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Residents in the Marianas are taking the feds to court.
The latest with the local Catholic Church.
And DOE staff has been trained on suicide prevention. Good evening, everybody, and Hafa. We have some developing news tonight as a story that is KUAM News has confirmed that an incident involving an e-cigarette exploded in someone's face on Tuesday. Visiting retinal surgeon Dr. Eugene Ang confirms that he performed reconstructive surgery along with Dr. Jerry Castro earlier today, with the former saying this is because the patient's eyeball was severely damaged, requiring reconstruction of the face and repair of the eyeball. He said from a public safety standpoint, this incident is very concerning, especially as there have been a number of reports in the mainland having to do with e-cigarettes exploding and causing, obviously, extreme injury. We'll have more on this developing story later.
Well, it's happened more than once, but could the military buildup be delayed again? It remains to be seen as a federal lawsuit has been filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern Mariana Islands over environmental concerns. Ken Quintanilla has more.
While they plan to transfer thousands of Marines from Okinawa to Guam, the Navy's decision would have devastating consequences for the people of the islands of Tinian and Pagan. That's according to David Henkin, the lead attorney for a federal lawsuit filed over the military buildup.
And the Navy's put the cart before the horse. They have already made a decision to do the permanent stationing on Guam. They're proceeding with efforts to make that a reality, to cast the die, to have that just be a fact on the ground. And they've deferred and really kicked the can down the road several years in terms of looking at what the effects of that in the Northern Marianas would be.
Henkin is an attorney with Earth Justice, a nonprofit environmental organization. He filed the lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the NMI on behalf of the Tinian Women's Association, Guardians of Ghani, Pagan Watch, and the Center for Biological Diversity.
We believe very strongly that the proposal to conduct highly destructive live fire training on Tinian and Pagan is ill-advised. That you don't save the village by burning it, and that's essentially what the Navy is proposing to do. Is they're going to bombard the island of Pagan and prevent families with generations-long historic and family ties to that island ever to return. They're going to turn Tinian into a war zone that will make it just oppressive for the people on that island to remain there. We think there's a better way.
As part of the Marines' relocation to Guam, live fire training is set to be conducted on the islands of Tinian and Pagan. The lawsuit states that construction of the proposed training facilities would kill native wildlife, whereas Tinian's population would be subjected to high decibel training noise, destruction of cultural and historical sites, and restrictions on access to traditional fishing grounds. Henkin alleges the Navy was required but failed to comply with the National Environmental Policy Act by not considering all the impacts associated with the relocation and training in a single environmental impact statement. They also didn't evaluate alternative training locations outside the Mariana Islands that would accomplish the Marines' mission with far fewer environmental impacts. And while he's aware of efforts on Guam over concerns with the buildup, Henkin says he has not been contacted by anyone here on Guam to become a part of the lawsuit.
The Navy cannot lawfully make a decision to move Marines to Guam and to train them in the Northern Marianas until they've completed the environmental review and until they've looked at alternate ways of accomplishing that mission that might have fewer environmental effects.
As part of the lawsuit, they're asking the court to set aside the 2010 and 2015 records of decision regarding the relocation of Marines. Henkin says the government has 60 days to respond to the lawsuit. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
Victoria Leon Grow from Our Islands Are Sacred says the group has long opposed the use of Pagan and Tinian for live fire training. She agrees with the lawsuit that this would be destructive for the islands. Joint Region Mariana said no comment on the pending litigation. The governor's office is holding comment until they receive more information. A former Archdiocese of Agana finance officer says a priest who was recently accused of molestation remained on payroll years after he'd left the island. According to Deacon Stephen Martinez, he has a clear recollection that from 2006 to 2012, while serving as the church finance officer, the Archdiocese of Agana was paying Father Louis Brulard a monthly stipend of $900, which later decreased to $650 a month. On Monday, former Saipan resident Leo Tudela publicly accused Father Lewis and two other church members of sexually abusing him in the late 1950s while he lived here on Guam. At the time, Tudela was only 13 years old, and Father Lewis was a priest at Santa Teresita Church in Mangilao. Father Lewis was listed on an official list of clergy members released by the Archdiocese of Duluth with credible allegations of child sexual abuse. He was removed from ministry in 1985. KUAM has yet to receive confirmation from the Archdiocese of Agana on whether Father Lewis remains on Guam payroll.
Well, aside from the very contentious issues over ownership of the Redemptorist Mater Seminary and new allegations of child sex abuse by a clergy member, Archbishop Savio Hontai Fai sat in the hot seat today on Isla 63 AM with Jess Lujan. A part of their discussion focused on the status of Monsignor James Benavente and Father Paul Gofigan and whether, in fact, they were restored to their original positions. The two, as you recall, were removed from their post years ago by Archbishop Anthony Aparon, with Father Gofigan allegedly being disobedient and Monsignor Benavente for alleged financial mismanagement. Archbishop Hahn declared they were not restored, but rather there was no evidence that Father Gofigan was disobedient and that Monsignor Benavente was not given an opportunity to explain or defend himself. You can stream the interview right now on our Facebook page.
Rain didn't stop dozens of Catholics from picketing in Hagåtña, although not their usual spot in front of the cathedral. Their messages and demands the same: to defrock Archbishop Anthony Apron and to stop funding the Redemptorist Mater Seminary in Jotña, which they contend is no longer owned by the Archdiocese.
23-year-old Eddie Camacho was pleaded not guilty for the death of cyclist Eric Bell. Camacho was indicted for manslaughter, vehicular homicide, negligent homicide, reckless driving with injuries, and other charges. Although Camacho told police he recalled the light was green, court documents state that he did not see Bell crossing the street because he was glancing towards the Micronesia Mall to ensure that no cars were entering Marine Corps Drive. His next court appearance is on the 23rd.
A woman who received drugs and birthday cards sent in the mail will serve 10 months behind bars with credit for time served. Jocelyn Yvette Babalta Salas previously entered a plea agreement with the feds for conspiracy to distribute meth. The envelope contained 50 grams of ice with the value of $25,000.
Well, it appears an investigation into the illegal retroactive bonus payments made to Adelup staffers has been canceled for now. This past February, the request for an independent prosecutor was published by the Office of the Attorney General, with the independent prosecutor supposed to be hired to investigate and determine if criminal charges would be warranted in connection to the illegal retroactive bonuses in 2014. But in April, the AG issued a notice of stay of the procurement following the filing of a protest by prospective attorney Tom Fisher. In a release from the AG's office, they state the RFP has been canceled as a result of one of the issues raised in the protest letter from Fisher. The issue stemmed from the participation of an off-island attorney, with a new RFP to be reissued in September or soon thereafter. The AG's office says they're also looking at legislation to address the issues.
Stay tuned. We're back with a whole lot more after the break.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens,
it's a beautiful day.
We rely on the people we trust,
It's a beautiful,
who we can always count on,
beautiful day.
and to the ones who give us the most care throughout the years.
such a beautiful day.
Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need
It's a beautiful day.
wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Some leaders are born. These leaders were educated. Register your future leader today at Mount Carmel School and set the path now.
At IT&D, we take a different approach when it comes to data. Introducing IT&D's new rate plans. We've increased the amount of 4G LTE data for our plans to give you more of what you want so you can do more of the things that you want. More snapping, more sharing, more connecting. Bring your own phone and get even more 4G LTE data and up to 3 months of free service. New plans, more data, more value. IT&D, life in motion.
In the market for a new or used car, Triple J says yes. Triple J Auto Group has the largest selection of brands on Guam. See for yourself at our newly enhanced website, triplejguam.com. We make it easy. First-time buyers welcome. 0 down. Trade-ins welcome. Get pre-approved instantly. Triple J says yes. Even get an instant trade-in offer all online. It's simple, safe, and secure. Plus, you can get a real-time view of the car of your dreams all at the touch of a finger. Why leave home when we can bring our dealerships to you? Triple J says yes at triplejguam.com. Triple J, customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Well, in a first for the Department of Education, the agency is hosting a 3-day suicide training session for school administrators in an effort to tackle the health issue of teen suicide. Isa Baza has more.
Of course, we all know that suicide is a real issue on this island, something that we really need to take seriously.
In an effort to win the battle against teen suicide, Deputy Superintendent Chris Anderson said DOE is hoping to provide additional support at the school level. The agency is partnering with the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center to implement an evidence-based curriculum called Lifelines, which is a comprehensive suicide awareness and responsiveness program for teens, resulting from over 20 years of suicide in youth research.
And it's got 3 components. It's the prevention, the intervention, and postvention aspects of dealing with suicide.
Beginning Tuesday, administrators from schools throughout the island attended the 3-day training. Southern High School Principal Jim Regis.
Considering that in the more recent year, suicide amongst teens has been somewhat an increase. And so, you know, from the training today, we're looking at postvention and ways of, after such a crisis has happened, how do we as administrators respond to that crisis?
He said the training helped correct myths about best practices that may have been used in the past. It also made recommendations on how to remain sensitive to family members while also ensuring the safety of the school community. For example, permanent memorials at the school should be avoided as they could affect the student body.
So we're learning several strategies with, again, how to deal with loss within our school community.
DOE is also implementing a new student-centered approach that allows health teachers to pass on the curriculum to students.
So this particular initiative is designed to try and empower our students to be a little bit more perceptive and aware, situationally aware of any of their classmates that may be dealing with the issue of suicide. And then being able to make sure that they're referred and get the proper help to address the issue. And we think that that's a definite investment because students are more likely to confide with each other than they are with adults.
The program should be fully implemented in secondary schools this year. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
He has the competence, the experience, and the temperament. These words were used to describe attorney Benjamin Sison Jr. in a confirmation hearing held yesterday for him to sit as a magistrate judge for the Superior Court of Guam.
I want to contribute. The reason why I want to be a magistrate judge is for the challenge. I want to expand my ability to handle various cases. And I believe my experience and my ability to apply what I've learned over the last 20 years will benefit the Superior Court of Guam. And that's the only reason that I want to do it.
Also testifying in support of CSON was Magistrate Judge Alberto Tolentino. He stated he's presided over thousands of cases and could use the help of a second magistrate.
Well, it's anticipated to be the largest cycle of recruits to graduate from the Department of Corrections. To fill officer vacancies, 43 recruits are undergoing psychological evaluations to prepare for their training cycle starting at the end of the month. DEFCOR Director Tony Lamorena says recruiting officers is a top priority as it reduces the department's need for overtime and ensures there are enough officers needed to operate the prison.
As the people of Guam continue to mourn the passing of former Lieutenant Governor Frank Bloss Sr., his son, Senator Frank Bloss Jr., issued a statement on behalf of the family, thanking everyone for their prayers and support, adding, "The outpouring of kindness has been overwhelming and reminds us that our dad had such a positive influence on the lives of so many people." Mass is being said nightly, 6 p.m. at the Hagåtña Cathedral, followed by Rosary. On Sunday, Rosary will be said at 6:30 p.m. with the Mass to follow at 7 p.m. Funeral services will be held on Tuesday, August 9th. Bloss passed away on Monday at the age of 75.
We have regional headlines for you now from KSPN2 News in Saipan.
Half-a-day Marianas. This is what's making news in the CNMI.
Other typhoons before that, they weren't as that strong. So right when they said that this typhoon was coming in, we were like, okay, another typhoon. And this time, not everyone was prepared. It was the first time we didn't put up the shutters at my house. We just left it.
It's hard not to think about the destruction Typhoon Saudalor did to the island. Even looking around on the one-year anniversary, you can still see the remnants. Daphne de la Cruz says she will never forget what happened.
That following night, me and my family went to sleep early, and I woke up around 11 p.m. because I felt water splashing on my face. And when I woke up, I saw the windows. It was blowing really hard, and this was the first time I heard the wind howling.
De La Cruz says the typhoon changed a lot of people's lives and the way we react to natural disasters.
After Typhoon Saudalor, people learned much more in Saipan. All of us learned how to work together and, become one instead of, just passing by. And now people ask for help. And now people work together much more than before. So it really brought a lot of people together.
Nicole Harkness was only on the island for 2 months before the typhoon hit.
We were living in Capitol Hill over there at the time, and our house flooded, and it was pretty bad, but we were okay. So the cleanup was a lot, but seeing the whole island, it was crazy, just to see how it can go from night to day, completely.
Harkness says the island has come a long way. She says it's hard to believe it's already been a year.
It's nice to see the community has really come together and the people are closer, but it doesn't surprise me. I love Saipan and all the people are great.
Department of Public Works Secretary James Atta says even 1 year later, there's still issues with debris.
Up to now, we're still clearing some of the village, the secondary drainages. We're still cleaning it up after, it's an island, small island, but believe me, there's a lot of drainage covered as well in the villages that needs to be cleaned.
Atta says he has very limited equipment to get the remaining work done. He says every time his department removes debris from the typhoon, people begin to litter again.
It's a typhoon season already, and we just have to be very careful because, believe me, it was not an easy thing to go after those debris during the Saudalor.
Reporting for KSBN2, I'm Bryant Clerkley.
Please stay tuned. A big opportunity for student athletes is coming up, and Chris Barnett will tell you all about it.
To prove how authentic my new Brewhouse Bacon Burger is, I'm going undercover at an actual brewhouse.
That's awesome. Amazing.
What if I told you you're eating a Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger from Jack in the Box?
Not this one. I'll tell you lying.
And what if I told you that I'm Jack? Didn't see that coming, did you? Order ale cheese sauce, grilled onions, and bacon on an artisan potato bun. Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger. New from Jack in the Box.
Hey, where'd Jack go? He was just here.
It's our biggest sale of the year, and it's happening now at Cars Plus and Mighty. During our massive demo sale, you can save thousands on select 2015 and 2016 Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, Rams, Hyundais, and Fiat. All well maintained with low miles and still backed by the manufacturer's warranty. Or shop dozens of quality pre-owned vehicles, all reconditioned and ready for you. See our entire inventory online at CarsPlusGuam.com. It's our massive demo sale going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
When you reserve a party at Chuck E. Cheese's, it's guaranteed to be a blast. Blast off! And now birthdays are more of a blast than ever. Because for a limited time, tickets in the Ticket Blaster are worth double.
Why do you give your vote to a candidate? A new face, fresh ideas, experience, the next generation? I have spent 16 years advocating for Guam in Congress and as an appointee of President Obama. Now I'm running to be your voice in the nation's capital. I promise I will fight for all of us. I'm Tony Babauta, a proud Islander with federal experience, and I approve this message.
Real people, steel people. From heroes to homeowners, they choose steel for power, service, and value. Right now, hardworking steel blowers start at just $159.95. And introducing the BR450 CEF Backpack Blower, the world's only backpack blower with electronic start. Start and stop with a flip of a switch. Find your steel dealer at steeldealers.com or search STIHL.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true, Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The new, meticulously crafted 2016 Terrain Denali. From GMC, this is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
All right, off at Guam, Chris Barnett with sports here. Attention, footballers. Let's show you a little something about skills and drills. An NCAA certified recruiting and scouting company will be holding an exposure camp for student athletes Saturday at JFK's Ramsey Field. The ISR team scouts assessing athletes while they are put through a combine-style skill and drill session. Now, this is a non-contact, non-competitive camp designed to assess the athlete's abilities and level of play.
So pre-registration, our event will be taking place at Triple J this Friday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Again, we want to thank Triple J. They are a presenter for the event here. We're calling all student athletes from all high schools, incoming freshmen to class of 2015. So if you're a football player and you love the sport, and you want to either get the opportunity because you're a senior and you want to try and get a scholarship, or you want to come and learn how you can develop your sport and make that opportunity that much more attainable when you become a senior, come out and check us out.
You can also pre-register online at footballcampgu.com. The ISR Exposure Camp provides an opportunity for our island's youth that would normally take a big investment of time and money for a family to send their child to attend a similar camp at this level that exposes them to college scouts or recruiters. This increases the potential for our local athletes to receive offers from interested schools.
My partners, Lillian, Mike Lodnia, and Gavin West. I want to thank again our sponsors for making this possible. We're capturing footage, so Zori's Only, GoPro, providing the cameras for that day. So that the scouting company can take that footage and have that file on data for their use when they're working with the colleges out there. And they represent universities and colleges all the way from junior colleges up to Division I schools. So this opportunity, really great chance for the kids.
Hyundai finished the 2016 Bud Light Women's Futsal League regular season unscathed and unbeaten with a 5-0 record and hold on to the #1 position moving into league playoffs, scheduled to start Sunday evening at the GFA National Training Center futsal courts. Hyundai will face #4 Quality Distributors in the first round of playoffs Sunday at 7, with the Personal Finance Center Lady Crushers 4-1, securing the league's #2 position, moving into overs. The Lady Crushers will next play the #3 Lady Strikers 3-2 Sunday at 6 p.m. A stats report and schedule available for viewing and download online at GFA's website. That's guamfa.com/all leagues women's futsal results. Turning our eyes over to news on the Olympic Games in Rio, beach volleyball players April Ross and Carrie Walsh Jennings team up after Walsh's partner Misty May Traynor retired following the 2012 Summer Olympics in London. April Ross is coming off a silver medal performance with former teammate Jennifer Kessie at the London Games.
Beach volleyball, as its name suggests, used to require a bit of oceanside real estate. But as the sport grows in popularity, sand courts built specifically for competition are popping up everywhere.
We play beach volleyball all over the world now. We play in parks, we play in city centers.
You can build a court anywhere. We play at the base of the Alps in Stadt, Switzerland. We played in front of the Eiffel Tower.
A lot of times they ship in sand. You never know what quality sand you're going to get. Sometimes they take it out of the bottom of a river and it's kind of more of a dirt consistency.
Those that play the game have become connoisseurs of the substance, and for good reason.
It's the first thing you want to know when you show up to a new venue is what's the sand going to be like. Jumping in the sand is one of the toughest things you have to get used to playing beach volleyball. It's way harder than jumping off of cement or hardwood. Typically you jump off your toes, but if you try to do that in the sand, you actually sink into the sand. So jumping more off of a flat foot requires a lot more quad strength and glute strength.
Something that I always remind myself, you have to go down to go up. So use your knees, bend down, use your arms, use your core, drive off your feet, use those big muscles you have, but go down to go up is kind of the bottom line.
And she's roost!
Make sure to watch the 2016 Rio Summer Olympics opening ceremony broadcast right here on KUAM TV8, of course, Saturday, 9:30 in the morning. Don't miss Team Guam coming out. The repeat, 6:30 p.m. You can see KUAM.com or the KUAM News app for a complete Summer Olympics schedule. Biba Team Guam. Man, I tell you, if barbecue was an Olympic sport, gold medal all the way. My name's Chris Barnett. Thanks for watching. You keep on shining, Guam. Adios!
1 week ago, I watched TV, so I saw some kinds of show. Then I noticed you were so beautiful, and I said to myself that you're the only one, and I'm in love with you. Oh, you, yeah, I'm in love with you, and I just want my dreams to come true. I'm in love with you, oh, you, yeah, yeah, I'm in love with you, and I just want my dreams to come true. Yeah, I'm in love with you, and I want you to know all my feelings to you.
The Nissan Summer Fun event is on. Nissan's got your back with the No Worries Car Care Plan. Your new Nissan comes with a free 3-year protection plan and free paint sealing. Enjoy discounts up to $10,000 during the Summer Fun event when you choose from the award-winning lineup of Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs. Take advantage of super low, easy financing and save even more at Nissan Upper Tumon. Nissan Summer Fun event. Find out more at nissanguam.com.
Won't break a bones. We're in the car on a highway. It's a magical feeling that no one's got a hold. 'Cause it's your heart, it's alive, it's pumping blood. In a whole wide world, it's Switzerland. It's Switzerland.
Sometimes you picture me, I'm walking too far ahead, and you say, go slow, I fall behind.
We all want what's best for our kids. Introducing McDonald's new Chicken McNuggets, made with 100% white meat chicken and no artificial colors, flavors, and now no artificial preservatives.
It's time for Think Green, and in this week's installment, Issa tells you about 3 components of the solar home of the future and how one Gigo family is doing their part to save the planet.
Think Green is presented by Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics, keeping Guam green one roof at a time. Call 632-4002 for more information.
After putting it on the back burner for several years, Ken and Teresa Sionko have finally made the plunge into solar energy. Their fully outfitted solar home protects them from utility rate increases, power outages, and is fully self-sustaining during and after natural disasters. Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics lead technician Shane Duenas.
This home is suited with a Solar Heart 80-gallon water heater system, Outback Radiant battery backup, and solar photovoltaic system.
The solar water heater uses the sun's free energy to offset up to $100 of power used by a typical water heater. Solar Heart is a proven brand on Guam, with its oldest 40-year-old unit still in operation. Next is battery storage.
The fully automated Outback Radiant is complete with renewable energy system with energy storage and battery backup.
The system allows users to use stored energy during peak hours. It also features a critical loads panel to protect sensitive home appliances and equipment.
On the solar photovoltaic side, the home will produce 5 kilowatts of energy per hour and offset approximately $150 of power.
With these 3 facets integrated into their home, the Sionkos now have the ability to offset 100% of their power and be 100% self-sustaining, something they say is well worth the investment. With this week's Think Green, I'm Issa Baza.
Think Green is presented by Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics, keeping Guam green one roof at a time. Call 632-4002 for more information.
Well, the National Weather Service reminds island residents that we will continue to experience scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next several days and possibly well into next week. Although winds will pick up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour by Friday with gusts up to 25 or more, the Weather Service advises we will not be experiencing any damaging winds. The offices of Guam Homeland Security, Civil Defense say they have some safety tips such as not walking or driving through floodwaters, and if there is a chance for flash flooding, to move immediately to higher ground.
All right, and in always positive headlines, it's time for the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club, led off tonight by Ivan Nua Cruz, who lives in the Aloha State of Hawaii. It's her 32nd birthday, so your family and friends send all of their love.
Happy 3rd birthday going out to Skyla Reese Nicholas.
Aww.
Love Auntie Aya, Uncle Curve, and family.
She's adorable. Happy 9th birthday to Ashton Alize Rosalind. This comes from the entire Rosalind family.
Happy belated birthday going out to Bob Onodera, and a happy birthday to Sheila Onodera, both from Dededo. Beautiful couple.
Yeah, very good friends of ours. Matthew Burkhart Quintaniza from Denver, Colorado. The Mile High City has an 11th birthday today. This comes from your grandparents, Richard and Rosalinda Burkhart. This is interesting because they also had another grandchild who had a birthday last week.
All right, well, happy 8th birthday going out to Leolani Hina Lizama.
And a happy birthday to our very own graphics guy, the guy without whom he didn't even put his own picture. That Brenold, what's up, man?
You need to bring him out here, Brenold.
You know what? We may have to redo birthdays and everything like we've ever done that before. Wink, wink. All right, please stay tuned. D16 is up to. Happy birthday, Brenold.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Off day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of D16 Tonight, our weekly show to keep you informed when you head to the polls in August. In our rundown tonight, we'll introduce you to the candidates running for mayor in the villages of Gigo and Ordot Chalan-Pago. But before we get to that, here's Margaret Brennan with a look at the race to the White House.
Given the Republican nominee's recent comments about the Khan family and his statement that if president, he would consider recognizing Russia's annexation of Crimea, does it make you question his fitness to be president?
Yes.
I think the Republican nominee is unfit. He doesn't appear to have basic knowledge around critical issues. Doesn't have the judgment, the temperament. He's woefully unprepared to do this job.
With that scathing broadside, President Obama singled out senior House and Senate Republican leaders and war hero John McCain, all of whom pledged to vote for Trump despite sharply rebuking him for his public feud with the family of a fallen soldier.
The question I think that they have to ask themselves is, if you are repeatedly having to say in very strong terms that what he has said is unacceptable, why are you still endorsing him?
Speaking after a rally in Virginia, Trump brushed off the criticism.
He's been one of the worst presidents in the history of our country. And for him to be calling me out is almost an honor, because he truly doesn't know what he's doing. He's been a very, very weak president.
But one GOP member did cross party lines. New York Representative Richard Hanna is now the first Republican congressman to back Hillary Clinton, writing in an op-ed today, "For me, it is not enough to simply denounce his comments. He is unfit to serve our party and cannot lead this country." The president claimed it's not about policy, it's about decency, something he says he never questioned of past Republican nominees, McCain and Mitt Romney. Yet some Republicans are brushing it off, saying, look, Obama and Clinton sometimes disagree, but the president is still endorsing her.
Stay tuned. Up next, we'll head to GIGO to introduce you to the candidates seeking your vote for mayor.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Sidus Ma'asi, Matson.
Watch the waves crash over bare feet as you stand back and feel the sun's heat radiating upon your face today. Summer's alive, that's why we feel this way. That's why we feel this way. Summertime in the summer heat, grab a lover and move your feet. We gon' make it hot for you, hot, hot, hot for you. Summer breeze in the summer nights, summer never felt so alive. We gon' make it hot for you, hot, hot, hot for you. Summertime in the island heat, grab a lover and move your feet. We gon' make it hot for you, hot, hot.
Join us at the Guam Summer Beach Fest for live entertainment, food, and fun. For event details, check out visitguam.com. This is a GBB signature event.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Real people, steel people. From heroes to homeowners, they choose steel for power, service, and value. Right now, hardworking steel blowers start at just $159.95. And introducing the BR450 CEF Backpack Blower, the world's only backpack blower with electronic start. Start and stop with a flip of a switch. Find your steel dealer at steeldealers.com or search STIHL.
Welcome back to D16 tonight. In Guam's northern village of GIGO, there's only one Democrat running for mayor, which means he coasts to the November general election. However, on the Republican side of the ballot, two candidates will go head-to-head.
Hey, good evening, my fellow residents of GIGO. My name is Peter Pascual, and I am a candidate for GIGO mayor this coming election, 2016.
My name is Mayor Rudy Matanani, mayor of the beautiful village of GIGO.
Hi, my name is Joseph G. Flores of GIGO.
I'm running for Jigo mayor.
My decision to run again is because the things that I started to do that's very, very important for the village of Jigo hasn't been completed. And I hope that after my re-election, I can complete what I think should have been done here in the village.
My number one is the Simon Sanchez School. I know they're going to build a new school for Simon Sanchez or a major renovation. And what I want to do is be part of that round table because of my background experience as a fire inspector. I want to sit down and make sure that a school that is going to be built or major renovation, I want to make sure our kids that's going to the school is met with all the safety requirements, health requirements with the fire, public works, health requirements, and also to have a safe school.
Is community involvement, because with cooperation, with collaboration, and an effective effort, our community deserves the very best from us. And that's what I intend to do. I am a people person. Just by that 2008 incident where I did not turn my back, I still stayed as a council member. And yes, it's my desire, my willingness to actually help my fellow man, my fellow neighbor. So hopefully they can see the light and consider me for their next mayor. And I assure you, the only promise that I will make, that I have made to the folks, the residents, is that I will uphold the duties and responsibilities of the mayor, and which I will stand up.
My top 3 priorities is to get a pretty sizable property from the government of Guam to build more sports facilities like a soccer field, softball field, a pavilion where we can have our flea market and our night market, a 1 mile walk-run facility, and things that because although I'm the mayor, I'm going to be asking the residents what do they think we need here. In fact, that's what happened when I ran for mayor. Kids came up to me and asked me, Mayor, can you build us a skateboard ring? And with God's help, we have a skateboard ring. It's in Agafagumas, but that was the only inventory that the mayor's office had as far as property is concerned. So that's the initial reason why it's in Agafagumas.
My second is the roads conditions. There's a lot of $1 million federal grants that are there waiting for us to use. For the last 4 years, like I said, there wasn't no road construction or improvement, and there's a lot of grants for our roads to be improved. For example, like there's a lot of roads are branching out to the main road that our buses can't even get through. Not even the senior citizen van to pick up our senior citizen people. And their policy is required us to have a paved road, and in order to have a bus stop also for our kids not to be walking far distance, we need to put bus stops in those kind of roads. We need to have our roads widened so our buses can go through and make the requirement turn on the cul-de-sac so you can pick up the kids if there's a bus stop in the road there.
I say we really don't want to talk negatively with whoever. That is one of my main pet peeves when we do have our meetings with our committee. I don't want to hear any of that negativity. We need to focus on our agenda, and that is to sit in the mayor's office. And with that, that would be the ultimate to where I can actually do more for the community.
My third priority is, there's always room for improvement, most especially in Jigo. Jigo is the biggest village as far as land mass is concerned, and there's a lot of things here that has to do with servicing the residents of Jigo that we still need. And those are the 3 reasons. And I'll just put a 4th one there because I love my job and I love helping people.
I want to help our veterans, and there's a lot of veterans here in Jigo from the war, and make sure that There's a veteran organization in Jigo. We can have one Route 15. There's a teacher housing. We can have one place there, and mainly I want to also bring up about our recreation activity here in Jigo. We have no park here. I want to inquire from land management and Gura to get a large massive land and make a recreation park for our kids, like a outside basketball, rugby field combined with a football field, tennis court, even like a skateboard place for the kids to skate.
Planning is most important. A lot of the residents will ask me, so what are you going to do for Jigo? And I says, well, let's change that question a little bit. What are we, as residents of this community, going to do? Because if you don't take part of the change will overcome us, and then we have no say-so. But if we step up to the plate and be a part of it, we can make the change. So if you don't take part of the change, you're gonna have to accept what comes.
You know, I worked for the Air Force for 33 years, and there was always a policy that why fix it if it ain't broken? And I've heard a lot of comments that the people think that I'm doing a good job, doing things that hasn't been done. And you know, all the mayors in the past, you know, I know what it's like to be a mayor. Okay, and we have different priorities. And yes, there were a lot of things that were done in the past, in the previous years, but there's still a lot of things that need to be done. So I'm here, and I think I'm going to be here for another 4 years.
Well, I asked for the people at Jigo to vote for me, and like I said, I'm here to tackle every problem that is here in Jigo that needs to be improved. I'm really to make Jigo beautiful as it should be.
As for the race for vice mayor of Jigo, there are two candidates. Democrat Catherine Martyr will go head-to-head with incumbent Tony Sanchez in November. Stay tuned. D16 Tonight continues after the break.
At IT&D, we take a different approach when it comes to data. Introducing IT&D's new rate plans. We've increased the amount of 4G LTE data for our plans to give you more of what you want so you can do more of the things that you want. More snapping, more sharing, more connecting. Bring your own phone and get even more 4G LTE data and up to 3 months of free service. New plans, more data, more value. IT&D, life in motion.
It's our biggest sale of the year, and it's happening now at Cars Plus and Mighty. During our massive demo sale, you can save thousands on select 2015 and 2016 Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, Rams, Hyundais, and Fiats. All well maintained with low miles and still backed by the manufacturer's warranty. Or shop dozens of quality pre-owned vehicles, all reconditioned and ready for you. See our entire inventory online at CarsPlusGuam.com. It's our massive demo sale going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday.
Welcome back to D16 Tonight. Let's take a look at the candidates running for mayor in Orat, Chalantago.
My name is Edward V. Cruz. I'm from Maymay, Chalampago. I'm running for mayor as a Democrat. I'm number 1 on the ballot. My work history, 17 years, Department of Education, 1-to-1, on-co-sub, and regular schooling, the last 10. My family is a Anonas family, a white family, and we've been here for the longest time, more than I can remember. And the reason why I'm running for mayor, because I'm committed to my community, committed to the families in my community and everybody else that's living and residing in this community.
So Hafaday, my name is Mayor Jesse Gogui, and I'm running for re-election for the district of Chalampago as the mayor of our district. This will be my third, if re-elected, this will be my third term in office, and I look forward to serving this community if it's the desire of the community to be reelected.
My name is Adolfo Borja Palacios, and I'm a candidate for mayor for the district of Oto Chalampago. Actually, I was born and raised in Saipan, and I came here in 1960 to attend the University of Guam. At that time, it was named the College of Guam. And then I got married to someone from Agat, and I stayed in Agat. After 4 children, we moved to Ordet, where I stay now in 161D Naki Street. And that's a lot across the gas station, right now, the Shell gas station. And since 1969 to this date, I was still living there.
Afade, my name is Willie Brennan. I'm from the village of Chalampago, Ordet. I'm running for the mayor position in the municipality of Chalampago, Ordet. Obviously, I grew up in this village and this street. Lived here since 1963. I went to school at the Ordet Chalampago Elementary School. Then going to the junior high level. It wasn't middle school back then, it was junior high. George Washington Junior High. And moving on from there to George Washington Senior High, where I graduated from high school, George Washington Senior High. So these streets are special to me. I grew up on these streets. I grew up here, these neighborhoods. I know practically everybody within this neighborhood.
One of the main priorities is people that have not been taken care of from previous administrations of our community. Not only that, but I really want to open this community center for the Manamkus that have taken care of us when we were young. Now it's our turn to take care of them and the children growing up now. Let's teach them some more respect and to respect each other, whether they're older or younger. And hopefully we can have a better community together.
Since 2011, one of the major projects we've been undertaking, utilizing our village funds, utilizing our appropriated funds that's given to the villages, we've been setting aside about 30 grand a year to harden roads throughout the village. And what this when I say hardening roads, what we've been doing is we've been purchasing recycled asphalt or milled asphalt from, in this case, Hawaiian Rock, and also renting some of their equipment, bringing it out to our graveled roads and actually laying down that milling material, recycling it in essence, and to harden our roads. And what that does, or what that's done in our community, it's actually turned these gravel roads that are constant problems because they wash out, potholes, et cetera, and actually puts a surface on them that's much better than the gravel that we've been getting from the limestone that we've been getting from Public Works Quarry, and hardening it to the point where it's almost like driving across asphalt.
I learned when I was a senator that nothing can happen without legislation. And I feel that with my so-called connection or my friendship with some of the sitting senators right now, 10 of whom I worked with at one time or another as a senator, I know that they will be receptive when I go down, not because I'm favorite, but they already know me. And we have established rapport and trust. So when I come knocking for the needs of the people of Oto Chalampago, I think I will receive good reception.
I'm great at neighborhood patrol. I'm a retired police officer. I know what it's going to take to implement a really good working neighborhood patrol program. And it starts with the community involvement. And not necessarily you're out there being a police officer, because as a police officer, I will be the first to tell you the number one asset that we have in gathering information to solve a crime or preventing a crime is using the intelligence we can get in the streets. And when I say intelligence, I mean we need the community to be our eyes and ears.
Man, there's a lot of issues in our village, and hopefully I can attend to them. The smaller ones, the quicker ones, the better. And once I'm done with that, then hopefully the turnaround from those people that I helped in our community can help me with the bigger issues, the bigger problems in our community. And hopefully likewise, in other communities, other villages, we can help each other and make better communities together for our island of Guam. One island, but we can do this, Guam.
One of the things that we have right now is we submitted a grant application to actually construct a gym, a fully concrete gymnasium in our village. And the grant application's with GURA, and we're hoping that it will receive favorable consideration and hopefully get approved. Because typically when agencies or organizations go out and seek grant funding, there's normally some what we call matching requirements involved. In fact, we've spent the last 3.5 years setting aside monies that we've been getting from the Guam Solid Waste Authority as part of the tipping fee that they collect, and that actually is divided between our district and Inarahan, which equates to about $150,000 a year, and that we've set aside $500,000 so that we could actually go in and say, not only are we asking for a grant from GURA, we're willing to match it with the $500,000 that we have in our accounts.
Now I feel that the residents of Oda Chalampago can get more help by being available, by knowing your way around. I know the procedures of each and every agency. And I will go out, of course, and help people complete forms. You know how complicated those forms are? The Social Security form, the food stamp form, the GURA. Come to my office. I will have somebody there on a full-time basis filling out the form. I'm gonna make sure that it's filled out. I'll make sure it's filled out, and you qualify if you can qualify. And I'll go out there and find out benefits and services for the people of Oda Chalampago, actually for the people of Guam, but in this case for the people of Oda Chalampago. I want to make sure that you apply for that. Don't not want it. Let the people in the office say you're not qualified. So there'll be awareness of those things, of benefits, of what you can do. All the Governor of Guam forms will be in my office if I were mayor. We'll fill it out for you. We'll fill it out. All you do is just sign it and turn it in.
I want to get people out in their yards more to have a little, real fun kind of competitive thing, and we will reward them with little prizes quarterly or semi-annually, whatever. But in doing that, in beautifying the village, it also puts people in the streets. And that ties in hand with the neighborhood watch. So what better way to bring the neighborhood watch than to bring our village up to a nicer level, a prettier level than what it is right now? Because there's people waiting and wanting to get involved, but they don't have the right kind of direction and what direction they should be going. And I'm hoping to bring them to the mayor position.
My third priority is hopefully, even when I'm not here, the things I put in place, it'll be transparent for people to see what's going on in the mayor's office and anywhere else in our community. And for whoever's next mayor, I'm not planning to retire here. I'm planning to just help my community do better for its own people. And whoever comes in next, hey, it can work for them and they don't have to sweat as much as I know I'm going to if I do make it. God bless everyone. That's all I can say at this moment.
I'm trying to consolidate our resources because I have a community center and a baseball field and basketball court and a tennis court in Chalampago, and the mayor's office sits here on its lonesome, in front of Aguilar Johnson's middle school. Our goal is to move the mayor's office and consolidate our facilities and hopefully turn this area into a senior citizen center, which is, one of the other major goals that we're currently pursuing.
I want to dedicate one position, and I did this one as senator. One position, entry-level position. If you're waiting for a job to be called, but you're out of job, come, I'll employ you for 3 months. On the condition only for 3 months. Office help, answer the phone. But you will help while you're waiting for that call or you're applying. This position I rotate. Specifically, like I said, I'll dedicate one position, which I did, and you can ask anybody when I was the legislature. I'll also open an account, $200 every payday, and it's here. From my salary as a mayor into this account, personal, but it's a shared account. Even though I'll sign the check, but I will not control the check, and I'll not control the record in the books, so that there can be no question about I tamper with it.
I think I have solutions, and because I've been approached by a few village community leaders that said, hey, we need somebody that has the patience and has the drive that you have in sports, that you had in the police department. I was very successful in the police department, to try to be our mayor, run for office, and with our support, we get you elected. We know that you do the things that are important, that were important to you, both as a police officer, as a coach for a baseball player, and just as a village leader. People recognize you and remember you for everything that you do. And so it was hard for me, very hard for me to turn them down. And because of that, I said, okay, but I'm not going to do it alone. You need to help me. And so I got a pretty strong group behind me, not to mention my family. I got a very good support group, my family, and they're very supportive. But it's going to take a team effort, and I'm very excited. I get a lot of energy. Every day I wake up, I feed off what I learned that day, and I speak to people. Not a day goes by where I don't speak to somebody that's a voter from Chalampago or a non-voter, and they give me a lot of ideas and they give me energy. So hopefully that transcends into me being elected, and I can put everything in place.
The people have ordered in Chalampago, Ta'i, Pago Bay, Mai, Conga, Santa Cruz, Salenco, Fama, Darrow Drive, Darrow Road, Jot Sablan Road, all the people here in Chalampago in order. Even the families. If you can please register. Remember, your vote is your voice. And you don't necessarily have to vote for me. Vote for the one who you believe is going to help our community. And together, I bet you we're going to be a better community.
I have been the mayor of this village for over 7 years now, and I like to think that over the last 7 years we have proven to be a reliable office that you can call upon, and that responds to the requests that you've levied upon our office. Now, not everything gets fulfilled, and there's always a reason behind it. But we don't take any requests we've never taken any requests for granted, and we'd like to continue to respond to the needs of this community by serving you by me serving you as as the mayor of this district, and more importantly, by maintaining the staff that's been servicing you for the same amount of time. We haven't had a lot of turnovers, so that should say something about the synergy that exists within this office, and more importantly, in support of this community.
I like to help people because I was there, and I know how it feels when you get help from someone. I know how it feels. You're so grateful for that, and you don't forget. And I love doing that. All these things are possible. Just give me the authority, and as a mayor, I can do that. I can improve the community service and those things. And I like doing those things. I just hope that I get back in to be able to do that.
I guess for me, the biggest thing is if you really want the village to get back to the level it was many years ago, when I was a child, when I was a teenager, then I think you really need to look and see who is the best person that can lead you that way and point you in that direction. I've been there. I know what it's like. I'm a product of the former commissioners of the village, Commissioner San Nicolas, Mayor Uggan, Mayor Borja. I know what was important to them, and they kind of took me under their wings to help them, and it was very successful. I can't see why we can't go back to those days again and include the community.
We'll wrap up D16 tonight after the break.